Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Challenger 2023 Summer. I'm Atlas, joined by Chrono Hiccupler, and we are ready to get into our final series of the evening. Live Sandbox taking on Harma Life Esports.
I don't have the hiccups. That was Atlas acting.
Sorry. Does Atlas have hiccups? Gatoran? We'll never know. Right now, I don't. If I hiccup, I will. And immediately afterwards, I won't anymore. That's how hiccups work. You're not in a permanent state of hiccups. You only have the hiccups whilst hicking up.
I don't think that's entirely true.
I also don't think hicking up is a thing.
Good enough.
Yeah.
So, have you tried scaring him? No, I don't think I can be scary to Atlas.
I also need to remember that I'm not a fish.
I'm trying to
But
figure out a way in which I would be, and I don't see it. I think I can be scary if someone doesn't know me.
Yeah, you can
I could
be
see that.
You're a tall man.
But if they do know me, I don't think the option is there.
No. It goes away pretty quickly. Australians don't know fear. We don't know fear from wildlife, or actually we do. Maybe we've learnt fear the right way.
Just the right fear.
Maybe we handle fear better because we have more experience with it. Because I know that like not a lot of people have the upbringing of try not to step on a tiger snake because otherwise you'll die. And we had a lot of those experiences growing up. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, we don't have...
I remember stepping out of the car when I was like a kid, and my aunt was like up at the house and we were about to walk up the driveway and she's like, "Oi, there's a tiger snake, so just walk around him." That was a thing that happened in my life. And tiger snakes are one of the top 10 most venomous snakes. Yeah, that's just how life is. That's how it goes.
Wouldn't you, like, call someone? Like, just accept it? Just accept the risk of the snake being like...
Wait, you're going to call someone to catch it or something?
Yeah.
Do you know how many of them there are?
Yeah,
that's probably... Call a dude to come and take away one snake?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if it's a really dangerous snake.
Yeah, the idea is to make them not angry. And if you take away their dad, the rest of them might come and get you. You know?
So you just walk around the snake and the snake's fine with it as well?
I mean, the snake doesn't want to attack a human because we're a bit big for them to take down. Because the venomous snakes generally eat smaller things. It's the pythons that want to eat big things, but they strangle them. They don't poison them. So
yeah, no, I'm aware of
you're generally all right.
That specific distinction. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
For sharing a
Bit of a
childhood
snake
experience.
lesson. Let's jump into Live Sandbox's challenger roster here. Dahyuk, Vincenzo, Goody, Diablo, and Plan B, baby.
I love this team.
This team has great names, not gonna lie.
Are they great when it comes to play? Sometimes. Do they have individual skill sets that bolster one another? It depends on the draft. But they do have Diablo, and that kid is cracked. He's like 15, and he's bopping people left and right, and the team doesn't really seem to know at the time what's going on.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. Some fans. I see a Dahyuk fan.
Diablo fan. There we go.
I see some great art in the top left. And some expressive eyes.
Heck yeah. Look at this. We also have a hot tip from Astro Nautilus saying that if you want to deal with snakes, flamethrowers are really good. So there we go. If I had known that when I was a kid, I would never have been scared.
That feels a little bit over the top.
Although...
but who said it? Astro Nautilus?
Yeah.
Well, they're from Texas, so in that case, I understand. I respect it.
Fair enough.
And this is the team which should be the favorite here today. Rooster, Grizzly, Roma, Lure, and Duro. A double whammy of bear and chicken.
And moving around.
And being bait for the chicken.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Duro's deal is, but he's really good. He's like one of the top tier supports.
He can take a lot of damage without suffering breakage.
Because he's durable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I went with. I don't know whether I'm feeling that great about it, but you know, it's game number 6, so You'll have to deal with
that joke. Flamethrowers are weak to lols.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
one.
I was like, you know what? That's a checkmate right there.
Yeah.
Bear and chicken, now we just need moose and squirrel. Yeah, and then you've got all of the animals ever. Why moose and squirrel?
And then you just need Noah.
Wait, what? Is this like a show that I don't understand?
You need Noah. You know, you bring them together.
Interesting.
And thus far, apparently they're looking for 5 straight wins.
5
That's what the fans are hoping for. Thank
wins.
you, production, for giving us the heads up.
Maybe with some new buffs, they will be able to super dive their way to victory. Super dive. Because perhaps Life Esports were predicting a change in meta so that the super dive could work out. Super dive. I actually kind of think that, I know I don't want to deviate to the LCK too much, but I do kind of feel like Viper looked amazing on Kai'Sa, and a dive meta really suits Clid.
And Zeka?
Yeah, and Zeka.
Zeka on dive
But
is...
Zeka doesn't need very much help. Clid needs a lot of help.
That is very true.
So if Clid has some better options,
Rocky
and just go in is a kind of good one.
Bullwinkle, you uncultured cast. What's Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yeah, I wasn't a real Rocky and Bullwinkle guy.
I don't know
I have to admit
Gabba
that
Jago? I do
am.
know Gabba Jago. Gabba Jago is great. It's one of my favorite emotes. I drop it in our chats all the time.
Yes, you do. All the time.
I've been told
And
it just means,
knows
let's
that,
go.
because he's the one that responds to all of your Gabba Jagos.
Gabba Jago. Gucci is one of the players in Challengers. I don't have a strong opinion about him.
I could tell
Yeah, I mean,
with that introduction.
Yeah, he's there. You know, I think that Gucci is one of the players where down the line I could see him turn something amazing, or I could see him just not really
Peter out. You never know
But not in a good way,
what
like
the
Peter.
trajectory is for players that haven't been playing for very long. Are they getting better? Are they going to plateau?
You
That's
don't
the
know.
question. Grizzly hasn't played enough Volibear, so I just, bothers me.
Even Udyr would do at this point, man.
I mean,
just give us
Annie.
something.
Even Tibbers, just play reverse Annie. You're still a Grizzly, right? Just a small one. That'd be fine as well.
So, Atlas, are we continuing on the unexpected trend? Is Sandbox just going to 2-0 here tonight?
Well, I mean, that would be what the heart of the cards should tell us. However, we're not on a fixed universe,
We're on a chaotic universe.
Anything could happen, and it's not like we're going to get the synergy that the evening might be alluding to, based on the upsets that we have seen thus far.
Yes.
And so we'll just have to see what this draft has in store, because already we see a Rel being banned away. You can see Live Sandbox, not mounted champion enthusiasts. So the Nunu ban should be pretty obvious.
Sure to
here.
follow.
Yeah.
Maybe Kled.
Yeah. Plenty of different options here. Quinn, get rid of it. First pick Renekton. Love to see that. Be absolutely fantastic. Nico and Ivan, seeming to be some pretty mainstay red side bans. And isn't it beautiful? There's no Yuumi. There's no Melio, permaban or anything like that. We're just getting into it, and we're just going to mix things up with our drafts as well. So we're going to hear Vi say some things in Korean. Pretty cool.
Very mad at us. If they actually banned Nunu, we would lose our collective minds. Maokai B1 doesn't give anything away. Strong pick into a lot of what is the meta at the moment.
And hard counter has been removed, so no fight tree with tree.
Can't do it.
Nope.
Impossible.
Astro Nautilus's advice could prove good, as trees are weak to fire. So we'll see whether the newly reworked Rumble is going to come through here for Life Esports. Probably will not, as Renekton up and available. Sejuani was banned, so the Renekton-Sejuani combo not going to come through here. But Grizzlies Lee Sin could be a thing. I'd like to see Kai'Sa, though. Understandable high priority here in LCK Challenger.
Grizzly's just showing some of the champions that he plays before locking in Lee. He is a Korean jungler after all.
Can you believe that a Korean jungler plays Lee Sin? Isn't it nuts?
I know. I kind of love the Sandbox comp. Like Maokai, Azir, and Varus, that's a lot of front-to-back power.
Heck yeah.
Our Life are probably knowing LCK and Challenge is going to double down on playing all hard engage, all there we go.
It was going to be Ari, and
of course.
I was already mad.
Yeah, no, I mean they're hard committing. We're going to go all in on early mid game.
I thought you were going to say all in on losing the game.
Well, could be the case. Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, not a huge fan. I found that every time Ari is picked into Azir, the Azir's like, oh cool, I get to win. Isn't that great? And that seems to be the result the majority of the time. We'll see whether Roma can actually turn that one on its head. And we've seen the Ari and the Lee Sin be a good combination with one another.
So for Our Life, we're going to be looking towards support. Okay, the Brom. That's good. Yeah, I think just Maokai makes it hard enough as is. Probably Brom Renata? Because you really want to go... Oh, well, Kai'Sa's gone. But you want to go Kai'Sa Nautilus here if you're Hanwha?
Yeah.
So I really like a Renata ban here. I think if you lock in like anything aggressive, like a Tristana, or that's not Renata.
Maybe they want to pick Renata themselves.
Maybe, but you can't really pick it here, I think. You can't really R4 it. I think you have to pick an AD carry. And into Varus, that is actually quite tough. There aren't that many great opportunity or options available because a lot of carries just lose straight up. That is a pick.
That's an Ashe.
No, I think Ashe Qmax is actually quite strong on this patch.
Sivir? Oh no!
So it's just going to be Aphelios Milieu.
Wow.
Or Aphelios
I was
Nautilus.
so happy until I was so sad.
So I think you slap Renata here with Sandbox. There's nothing that Hanwha Life can pick here, like last pick, that's going to make Renata bad.
I like Leona. Or Nautilus, okay.
The Nautilus is fine.
I would have liked the Renata as well, but I think they just wanted a little bit more reliable engage. I'm okay with that.
I guess now Hanwha can pick Renata.
Aurelia for Dahyak. That would be fun.
It's probably Jax.
Oh, just Quinn it?
Oh,
Quinn it to win it?
Quinn it. I think it's Jax though. It's Jax.
Man,
It's
this
Jax.
is a very stable composition.
Really, you mean stable? You mean could have been more interesting? I'm gonna say uninteresting, but then I felt bad.
I use stable as a simile for boring.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't want to call it boring. But
This is less boring. We like Blitzcranks.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Duro loves this champion, so he's going to bring it out here.
He's like, you've got an anchor? Well, I've got a power fist. And he's going to be able to use that. We'll see whether the rocket grabs are going to land or whether it's the anchors that are going to be landing. On the side of Live Sandbox, they just have so much late game security.
It's just a really good comp.
Yeah.
It's like you have a lot of CC, you have a mixed damage profile. Yeah,
everyone picked their own champion, by the way, on Hammer.
I think the one downside for Sandbox is that you can get completely run over. Well, once you lose control of the map, obviously you're going to walk into charms, you're going to walk into hooks, life's going to be very tough. So this does require some finesse on Sandbox end, which that is not a statement that I think you're going to feel great about if you're Sandbox. On Life's comp, just run at them. Just run at them real hard.
Yeah.
And again, it's into Azir and Maokai, so it's by no means an easy task. But if you can get backline access, then can very quickly swing fights in your favor. And early objectives should all go to Hanwha as well.
You'd expect so. We'll see whether we have a good soul as well to help try and solidify any win conditions for Hanwha Life Esports. Pretty much just means that if Chemtech rolls around, Live Sandbox is going to be pretty happy about the situation. Unless they can get themselves some cheeky drakes in the early stages of the game. I do think that Goody should be able to keep Roma down relatively effectively. Dahyak, I mean, Jax in general into Renekton has not proven to have too much of a rough time, even though Renekton can definitely take some control. And I just feel like so much of this game comes down to whether Grizzly can do stuff that's good. Is that going to be possible?
We're in match 3. Why is analysis coherent and relevant? I don't know. I think it's because we just had dinner and like I'm kind of feeling my energy drop. So
yeah,
really...
I'm on the edge of of just wanting a little kip.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's rock out. Mal left me on my own for the doo-doo-doos.
Yeah, I'm completely. I didn't even hear that it was happening. Completely out of it. I've really been failing you today, Atlas.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Between the fans and the
getting fan chants is a little bit of a it does throw you off. It's a bit of a change, but it's a welcome one. It's absolutely fantastic that we now get to hear from all the people here at Challenger, and it's just so cool. It does feel like now we've got fan chants because now more people come to watch. It's just cool.
It's again even on things like Reddit and Twitter, the amount of people that say that they're specifically Challenger fans, it's really cool to see.
It actually makes me feel bad because people come and say like the LCK fans, and I'm like, oh cool, and then they say the Challenger fans, and I'm like, oh my god, yes! And I feel like I'm biased towards the Challenger fans.
Yeah, that's what happens to you. Like I'm so happy because you guys finally now understand.
I'm specifically an Orcs Casts fan.
Oh, that's understandable. You
I really
expect
like
a written
that guy.
apology. Yeah, I'll get onto it. So, is there anything crazy here? It doesn't look like it is. Vincenzo gone for
we can borrow Zayn's point as Goody's Azir is currently 0-2. Can we see him get the pressure to get his first win?
We also have Grizzly with the 4-0.
Ooh. Out hooked. Oh, but then counter hooked. Oh,
Hook, nerd.
I don't know whether he had a plan C. Plan A was hook. Plan B was get hooked. And then plan C was like, ah.
I'm specifically a fan of the casual casting. Yeah, it really is. Because of our work schedules, none of us can really stream. But really, Challengers is just us sitting here and doing a stream.
Squidazard, I don't know whether you're being sarcastic, but if it is, it works very well even in text.
No, it's not. It's Squidazard. They're always super wholesome.
Oh, I don't know. They're pretty funny.
They are. Might be both. Might be a double-layered one.
And Squidazard also knows that I overdo it on Plan B jokes. So
you do.
Yeah.
So being a Challenger fan is like drinking port. In what? Like I genuinely am wondering. Like, what does that mean? It's like you really like things with a little bit more effort, you know? Because pour-overs are great, but they do require more manual labor.
Wait, what?
Pour-over, like a pour-over coffee, where you have like the the filter on top. So it's not like a traditional filter machine, but you pour it over yourself.
Ah.
You manually you manually pour it over the filter, and then you get your coffee.
I'm not a huge fan, mainly because I just like the oiliness of espresso.
You can actually have, well, so do we really want to? I have a lot of thoughts on this. But I don't know if we're going to dive into it now.
We got time.
All right, so if you, which makes sense because you like mocha pot as well, right?
Yeah.
So you can also get filter coffee with a more textural experience by getting cloth filters or even metal. There's even ways to get filter coffee with just a metal filter. And then more of the oils will come through. Cloth in particular is insane because it gets you a lot of the clarity that paper filters do, but it doesn't strip away nearly as much of the oil.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my upbringing just goes against filter coffee. As an Australian, we're just
really like
very
against
espresso.
it. Yeah. I mean, I like espresso drinks generally more, but specifically when it's like really nice medium or light roasts, filter coffee's just the best.
I'm not enough of a coffee snob. I just really like coffee. I think of coffee more as fuel in a lot of ways.
Everyone just tuning in. Who are these casters? I'm only familiar with Zayn. No, I'm not a... Like, I really like when I get my own coffee, but I'm also fine getting Starbucks or whatever. You know, right? Like,
yeah. I'm a bit the same. And I'm like...
You're a bit more of the pure fuel while still enjoying it.
I am, and I'm also like a bit of a snob. You know, I am from Melbourne, right? So I kind of have to. I have to be a little
you
bit
do
snobby.
Have, what, like 2 coffee setups and a grinder, and you grind your own beans?
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't say makes you a snob, but it does show that you care about your coffee.
True.
Yeah.
I don't have like the actual espresso machine yet.
No, I know. But you have to eventually. You will. Yeah,
we'll get there.
And you know, it can always. Can hit me up for recommendations.
Frocola, Faker is in Queensland, I think.
Queensland now. Oh.
Peanuts Llama Farm. That was the Queensland one.
What about Gorilla's Acorn Farm? Is that a thing?
Ooh, what about Acorn's Gorilla Farm?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I know about that one, but that one is in that's one on another
Brazil.
continent.
I'm pretty yeah. Romer's gonna have to
just
Spirit
fine.
Rush to get himself away as people are level 6 already. Man, that coffee conversation went for a long time. As Duro is just gonna throw out a rock grab for fun with his I'm pretending to be Malphite skin.
So this is great because if we miss something, we can just check chat.
No, this is the thing. Like Zane's actually like if you guys would like more focus on the game. Zane's actually our co-commentator from chat. Mistake Boy was also a part of it. He's taking a little bit of time off for now. But if you just want to, refer on what's been happening in the game, get a bit of play-by-play, Zane has got your back. Do not worry. Flash out from Diablo.
Yeah, he got Duro.
Yeah.
So I want to quickly shout out the topside matchup. This is
Mistake
pretty
Boy
much
went to bed, so never mind.
Makes sense. Pretty much how it's supposed to go. So Jax, especially with Grasp, the first 3 levels actually has a pretty big advantage, like level 3, level 4, because of the fact that your Counter-Strike is insanely strong, and Renaxen doesn't really have the levels or the cooldowns yet to really start punishing you, but now, once we got into this point, particularly post-6, Renaxen is expected to keep like a solid 2-3 wave CS lead and maintain priority for the foreseeable future, which... Ooh. Sneaky steal. Oh, my God.
Man, that was so close.
He baited him.
Dayuk didn't actually believe that he was going to be able to get there. As the
Is he dead?
Counter-Strike comes forward. He has to leap strike his way out. Has to use a control ward. We get the mini zoom just to show that he misses out on his control ward placement in a good spot. And also, this blue buff is going to be stolen away. So Grizzly will get blue buff, Gromp, and the control ward takedown in exchange for this early Drake that Vincenzo is going to be able to pick up.
Yeah, Drake's better.
I mean, yeah. And
but
especially when it's
Live
Sandbox taking it away from Hummer Life Esports, who want to get the snowball rolling early.
It's 2 good Drakes as well. Things are not looking super hard for Hanwha here. But yeah, they should be able to get a kill here if Dayuk does actually stay around. But they don't have enough vision control, so I think they might not want to risk it. Firstly, instead, yeah, they're just going to start... Yeah, actually, they have plenty of vision. I don't know what I was saying. They're just going to start Herald instead. So they're not diving, they're getting Herald. Everything is fine. And then Duro and Lure have a sneaking suspicion, which is accurate, but they might be in for some trouble. And we'll see if they can kill Vincenzo here.
Yeah, the Duro combo getting some work done here as Vincenzo tries to get that Nature's Grasp to work. But that placement, like Duro putting his body perfectly in front of Lure so he doesn't get snared? Woo! Gorgeous!
And that also means that for just the cost of a flash, Humble Live just got both Herald, a kill on a Phelios, and a start of the snowball.
Yeah. Now, did Lua have to flash over the Nature's Grasp, or he flashed into the Nature's Grasp?
He flashed into it,
yeah. So he just got into position, so he didn't need to. So I actually just didn't see very well. So
well,
nice brain.
I'm not sure if he could have... He obviously didn't think so. He could have... I'm like, maybe he could have cleansed and then still gotten the kill, but he really needed the gap closing, right? Because he had Severum as well. So he wanted to get right on top of him. Crescendo, which was, I think, the main reason why we still saw him go for that. And it is a costly summoner, particularly against the Nautilus and the Azir. So that might normally be an opportunity for Sandbox, but I don't think we're getting any fighting until the Dragon. And I also don't think that Sandbox really want to contest the next Drake.
No.
And if you're a Humble fan, you're hoping for Hextech. Cloud, I think, is perfectly serviceable in this scenario as well.
Yeah.
As I said, perfectly serviceable, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to undersell it.
I mean, it's fine. It's like oatmeal without fruit. It's just okay.
I mean, it depends what you have that isn't fruit. I've been having...
peanut butter?
Yeah, so Cherry bought peanut butter powder.
That's nice.
Which you can mix with water to make peanut butter. Or you can put it in a smoothie to add that peanut butter flavor.
That sounds
and it's
delicious.
made from 100% peanuts as well. It's just like dehydrated. God, it's super duper good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, really, really nice. And so you have that with your oatmeal, and you add a bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of sugar if you'd like to. It's just really good. And Plan B is going to get pulled in, And he's going to have to flash. That's his way of getting out of there.
If they knew that Grizzly wasn't there, they could have just turned and probably killed one of them.
Yeah.
That was a 2 versus 3, but they are unaware that they only have the 1 ward, so they don't want to run the risk, because if you do give up a kill there, things go from bad to worse very rapidly.
Vincenzo throwing alpacas around. A bit of a shout out to all of the farming work that's being done in Tasmania. Currently, at least until Wednesday, where we will have our players back in Korea ready to play in the LCK. Plan B never fails to live up to his namesake. That's just how it works. 100% Peanut, poor guy. I get it, because he's a player.
He is.
Yeah.
Great player. Has been having a really good split thus far.
Yeah, Peanut been looking pretty good. Gen.G just in general been looking pretty good. As Plan B looking like he's pretty out of options. Kick flash, gorgeous. Charm's going to connect there as Roma comes back from base. And Grizzly going to get taken down in response. Duro's still going to walk up. There's the flash smash onto Goody, who's going to get Spirit Rushed on as well. Roma finds another Charm. Doesn't look for any extra damage onto Vincenzo, just in case. And Hummerlife Esports, they're coming alive here in this mid game, and that's exactly what they need to do. Double buffs for this Ahri as well.
And Grizzly showing he's not afraid to just
Send it. Oh, yeah.
Down. And you got it. You can't play with restraint. You can't chill out. This is exactly how you need to play this comp. As he goes in, actually gets the flash just before the ultimate hits him. And then we see, I think Romer actually attempting to help him out as well. But even with the safeguard, not going to be able to get away. And then really well done here by Duro, able to get the combination of his knock-up and his ultimate so that there is no ability for the Uzyr to escape, which gives the kill over the Romer. And now Hummerlife, Snowball looking hot here.
Looking real good. As the Herald is going to be put down. Bit of an awkward positioning of the Herald. 3 people here to try and welcome Shelly towards this turret. As Charm is going to connect. Hook is going to land as well, and that is a dead tree. Oh no.
Yeah, Duro is a really fun player that I've been like hoping that he would really turn it up for quite a while now. He has been alright at times, but particularly given his performances on solo queue, like as a support, to me, are really impressive, because I think support is a role where it's hard to consistently climb like to the very top.
Yep.
Due to the nature of obviously your role and getting your AD carry there, but even if you do let go and roam at the highest level, people will be able to punish your AD. As unfortunately for Hanwha fans, it is Chemtech, which is definitely the worst outcome. But they're
great.
4K gold up, so life's good.
Yeah,
life's chill.
And now they don't need to worry about setting up vision control around the Drake pit, none of that stuff. Just look to try and get some Baron setups. I do have a shout out to Amanas, who comes over to Twitch chat, says, I was watching this on YouTube earlier, but watching here means the casters make a lot more sense. And I just loved it. I just had to make sure to give him a shout out. And yeah, we apologize, YouTube chat. Sometimes it's hard for us to get a word in edgewise because we don't understand everything that's being said over there. So that's just how it goes. But I'm glad you guys, like, it's Zayn really that's offering so much. As we're going to see another hook, and that's another dead tree.
So Vincenzo not having the best of times, but it's also him that is forced to face check on any objective.
Is he?
Well,
he has this thing on his E.
So, well, he shouldn't. He also has Flash. And they also have Plan B, but yeah, I think this is kind of the problem with the Hanwha Life comp, or playing into the Hanwha Life comp, is as soon as you fall behind, this is now just your life.
Yeah. But they weren't falling, like everything was kind of okay, and now it's really not.
I think it goes, like, I really do want to highlight the amount of
like mid-game playmaking as opposed to early?
That Hanwha has. Well, just mid-game, like mid-game and early game agency that the composition has. And you can also just give everything up, but like you're also, when you look at the priority, you're just going to get shoved on and then this happens. This is exactly the problem.
Yeah, it's just continuing. Yeah. Emperor's Divide comes down, it's a celebration, and yeah, they just prove your point as you're making it.
Yeah, the Hanwha comp wholly relies on if they do stuff. If they don't do stuff, this comp is not good and nothing will happen, and then you will get into fights like 20 minutes and lose. But if you do stuff and you don't make colossal mistakes, you kind of dunk on them.
Well, especially
hard.
if the stuff that you do is this good. Rooster looking for first turret blood as well as Roma's doing the same thing on the other side of the map. Very comfortably collects it here, does the Crocodile. And Teleport going to be invested to save this bot side outer turret, putting out fires. Live Sandbox to the best of their ability. And man, I just have a bushfire theme, you know? Dead trees, putting out fires. Like, what's happening
That's
here?
rough, man.
I know. It reminds me of my days repairing fences back in King Lake.
Really?
Yeah.
You were a fence repairman?
I did do that.
Just as like a side. Oh, volunteer. That makes sense.
Because there was a very, very, very large and devastating bushfire. So
that's rough.
other people needed to do their best to help out. And actually, my former next door neighbors, they moved out to the bush and they almost lost their house completely. And so well, actually, no, they did lose their house. But their insurance paid for it and repaired it.
Well,
so
nice.
they have a house now. But yeah, no, it's really good. So, you know, do your bit, help out. But anyway, that's probably why there's like, you know, trees and fires on mine. As Roma going to get Emperor's Divided. He's going to get knocked into the sky and he's really dead. Yeah, epically dead. That is so many R buttons. They pressed all of their available R buttons. I know I say so many, it is just 3, but it is 100%.
But that is actually so many, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of buttons.
Yeah, they do all of them. And that's like buttons on 3 keyboards
so first
as well.
the trees go, and now the foxes?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big gold swing, to be honest. Although, I'm pretty sure Homolab's going to answer back here.
Yeah, this is the thing, because now they don't have those buttons anymore. And so Hanwha just moves towards the mid lane and takes this turret and probably gets a free charge on the next. No,
here.
Actually, never mind.
We're sitting on, like, enough ammo to maybe throw and all.
Wait. Oh, so they do get another charge. So there you go. I thought that charge might be denied. But I guess they didn't know how far they backed off, and perhaps they could have been caught if they overextended and didn't want to take that one away. Would that be the correct assessment?
I would concur. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Live Sandbox, it is time to recognize when contesting is a mistake, and that time is now. This is not the time to make a stand. This is not the time to go all hell
This
deep
is
on
not
them.
the hill to die on.
Exactly. Let the hill go.
Yep. Remember, Gandalf said on the 3rd day, look to the east. You're looking to the east, and it's only day 1, okay?
Don't do it.
Yep. Wait
you're
for day
gonna look
3.
into the sun. It's gonna hurt your eyes.
Remember, sometimes plan A isn't the correct plan.
Sometimes it's plan B.
Yeah.
All roads lead to plan B.
Absolutely.
No, it's good. You know, it's just one measly Chemtech dragon.
Yeah. Don't need to worry about that. However, it's a large amount of being tenacious on Live Esports that they might need to be worried about.
It actually is pretty decent because it works on Nordless autos, works on
Counter-Strike.
Diablo's ults, works on Vincenzo's ult and W, and then works on Counter-Strike. But it doesn't work on Plan B's Hook, Ultimate, or Gucci's
Emperor's
ult.
Divide, and yeah.
But like obviously there's still triple Merc threads and Chemtech's still gonna be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
A little bit of value. Also, you get towards an Elder Drake that could
So,
help you out.
I can't believe how dedicated to a job we are.
Yeah. Actually, talking about the video games and all that sort of stuff, very, very strange. I took a little bit of a random tangent to talk about
Bushfires,
other stuff. Yeah, bushfires, but we didn't really
I'm trying
need
to
do
think
that.
of what volunteering I've done, but it's not that much. I did like a lot of volunteering in my student days, just helping out with events and whatnot, organizing things. But I don't know if that really counts as volunteering.
I also volunteered as a skateboard instructor, as someone that doesn't skateboard. Which was interesting.
No, because
I'm a
rollerblader.
But I did know how to drop in on a skateboard because I dropped in on rollerblades. And it's the same theory. So it worked. So there we go. Parasocial _ is very confused about the fact that we were talking
about the game. Yeah, we're sorry. We'll try to be better.
Atlas just yelling at kids at the skate park. No, I was the guy that everyone yelled at the skate park. The amount of times I was asked to do a backflip, oh my god. Just thinking about it makes me want to like commit murder. It's
Casters seem to be meandering away from the topic of the video game again. Quite the bold play considering the state of their careers.
What state are our careers in, Monk?
Well, we're casting challengers. We're not doing LCK today.
Atlas committed fraud as an unqualified skateboard instructor? No. I did a lot of time at the skate park, okay? And that gives me the right to teach like 5-year-olds how to skate. I think. And they weren't 5, they were like 10. But still, like when you're teaching a kid how to ollie, like I can ollie, obviously. I can't do a 50-50 grind down a handrail. You know? I can't, you know, nose blunt a fence.
Yeah.
But I can drop in and do an ollie, right? And I can, you know, what's the nose slide? I can do a nose slide. That's like the easiest one.
There you go.
Yeah. Can I do a, you know what, Awesome fan? That's well played.
Chat should cast the caster's current state of casting to,
oh god,
too many
it's
layers.
Getting too meta. It's getting too meta. Please, no.
You can teach how to use a skateboard in self-defense, double as a self... That's a good first chat. We should rank first messages.
First chatters?
This is high
This
up
one's
there.
definitely high up there.
This is like a
especially because
I
I banned for 2 weeks the 2 other first chatters that I've seen. That weren't the guy that came over from YouTube chat because he was confused.
No, that's fine. It's just the people that come in to just shit talk and then immediately get hammered like, oh. Okay.
Zane has transferred from actually casting the game to casting us casting the game. No! It's happened! Oh no. It's a disaster. As wards are being cleared in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, the game's happening, but is it really?
Yeah.
Because we both know that this game is not going to reach its conclusion before Elder or Nash. So when either of those get started up, we can talk.
Yeah. Well, let's talk item spikes. The jungler and top laner have the same ones.
I don't want to talk about items. You know,
we've got a Gale Force. We've got a Kraken killer.
What do they mean? Well, so
we've got Barons.
Let me tell you why Humble Life is now stronger because of the items that they have, because they completed them, and that's a big power spike. So now they have the ability to kill their opponents a lot quicker because the effective stats of, say, their Black Cleavers work to reduce the armor of their opponents. So as a result, whenever they are able to auto a target...
All right, no one cares. Can we go back to talking about Elder Kickflip? No, I want to talk about
power spikes.
Elder
so
Kickflip.
Then they get this, they stack Carve, and then the armor goes down, and then they die. Woo!
Zane's like, okay, the cast is being weird again, taking my stuff. Amazing. Whoa, that hook was sick, but Plan B is going to be able to get out. Had a buffered hook in the most beautiful way. Dahyuk's going to get stunned as that's an Emperor's Divide. Splits up the team. It's a big slice, but he doesn't have the dice, and Dahyuk's going to be able to take him down. But Roamer is kind of massive. He gets onto the backline. Diablo is trying his best to get these autos in. Almost gets the kill onto Roamer there with the piercing arrow. Man, if only he had another little bit, like he had an amp tone. He's dead right there. And Humble Life Esports will be able to win out in the fight. But man, that was 5K down.
And imagine if they were even in gold. If Humble Life didn't get all those leads,
just
that would have been a blowout.
One measly book.
Yeah, but well, I mean, they still would have lost the fight. Just would have gotten the kill as well.
No, then it would have been even.
No, it wouldn't have been.
No, he would have turned. He would have got the triumph proc, and then he would have killed everyone.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
Okay, Mr. Caster, understand Spike now. What is an item? No! No!
Wasn't this cool though? The buffered dredge line?
Yeah,
that was very cool.
Watch this though, like between Gucci and then the rest of the team, this is actually a really well set up team fight.
Yeah, we can talk about that, but we could also talk about how awesome the Nature's Grasp is with the DRX. The dragons?
It is, yeah. It's really cool.
Oh my god, so cool. It's kind of like Hanzo's ult.
Yeah, no, it's actually exceptional.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'm already out of my element because I talked about my spikes and no one seems to care.
Well, it was mainly me, in fairness. I think those at home enjoyed.
Also roasting me, which I think they take after you, Atlas. I think that's what we're learning.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe
There was
it's
also
my
someone
fault.
saying like, oh, this is actually how League is casted around the world. Which is, you know, that's accurate. But to be fair, a lot of the games that are played around the world have a lot higher stakes, and I don't think that this would be very suitable for any league. But the great thing is, for challengers,
This is the thing. It's the
perfect.
beauty of Challenger and the fact that we can do it together with you. And so we've hired Zane to commentate the game. So if you actually want to get information, just if you're on YouTube, you can pop out the Twitch chat and have it next to you. If you can just come and watch on Twitch, that's fine as well. And then we can just talk about whatever the heck we want to, which is sometimes the game. And sometimes that's interesting. And other times it's not. 3.5 minutes and we're getting towards Chemtech Drake, for example. And that is an example of something that isn't very interesting. The Elder Drake, however, afterwards is what we're kick-flipping for, which is, I felt like that was a very funny thing to mention in chat. And I thought that it was worth interrupting you talking about spikes to talk about.
I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the time.
Yep. Zane's picking up MVC.
I think the spike must be planted in the A zone or something.
Emotional
rush D, rush
okay.
D. So you can rush B and rush D, because you can rush Dragon and Baron.
Yeah, got to get it in the end zone.
What? That's a...
Right?
You mean to plant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you were moving to another spawn. Like, that's too high pace for me, Atlas. Calm down.
And then you plant it, and then
oh
like,
my god.
It's I'd recommend a willow if you're near a river.
To be like, KT Rolster Rooster would actually be, that's a top tier name. That is really good.
KT Rolster Rooster?
Yeah.
Or could we just call him oh, he would just be KT Rooster. Oh my god. That is so good.
And then you get Roamer as well, so you got KT Rooster and KT Roamer.
Oh my, that's actually so good. Real one, rush E, but Orcs taught me to rush W on Brawl.
Casters being paid to talk about random stuff while chat being unpaid to talk about the game.
We somehow mind-controlled chat to do our job for us while we did nothing. This is perfect. I feel like a CEO, you know, from one of those big businesses.
Oh, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm delegating.
Yeah. My talent is to delegate.
I delegate very well. Oh yeah. By the way, don't forget, shareholders need more money. Okay, we shouldn't do this. I'm gonna talk about the uprising. And, no, I shouldn't.
Well,
but,
we can explain why you got into law and then why you immediately left.
Well, it's not about law. It's more about my, you know, love of...
Didn't corporate law make you very upset, though?
Oh, yeah, no, it did, actually. Oh, you mean law? Yeah, no. So I went into I went into law school, and then you have like a bunch of different types of law, obviously. Constitutional law, for example, or like administrative laws, people who love puzzles. I don't find them interesting. I don't think they're
like
interesting puzzles. No, but they're like puzzles as in...
Is it like Dr. Layton?
No, it's like bureaucracy puzzles.
Oh, that sounds way worse than Dr. Layton.
Yeah, well, you go in and you're like, so if you do this in this way with this legislation, given that X, Y, Z, it's not. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
I know you very well. You would not enjoy that one bit. And then corporate law is like, how much money can we make? How much can we get there? And I'm not about that vibe. You know, that's just not very me. So instead, I ended up doing climate law and biotechnology and international and European law and more human rights stuff. Now I'm here talking about, not talking about a video game.
Human rights. Like the right for Zane to do our job for us, because that's what they wanted to do today. Right? Yeah, and I think that's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Zane letting us know there's 10 seconds until Baron, and it's going to immediately be started here by Live Sandbox. Might just pull ourselves into the game just for a few moments. As Diehook looks for a flank angle. Let's see what can happen here. Red-white guns have been armed, but the Nature's Grasp is going to get the cleanse out very early on. very early stopwatch as well. As Goody's going to take down the Blitzcrank to start this one off. Lua does make his way back towards the team. Plan B locks him down though, and Diok is eventually going to be able to take him out. However, Roma did get so much work done at the beginning of the fight, and so Liv Sandbox not quite going to be able to get there. And I followed Lua for that entire fight, and it looked like he was having such difficulty doing any battle. But in the meantime, Roma killed everyone. So
yeah,
I guess it didn't matter.
Yeah, because it is really hard to play Valiant. You have 0 peel and you're playing into a lot of lockdown and backline threat. Like Jax kills you, Azir kills you. Obviously, if Diablo gets to lock you down, or Plan B gets to lock you down, Diablo even has a shot. So what we see is, oh no, Diok, no.
Diok is probably dead. He's going to leap strike. He's going to get a flash out of Roma. He's jaxing a lot. And thank goodness for the Everfrost. Otherwise, that is a massive shutdown that he would have picked up as well before he went down.
So I want to again highlight here, I love this call from Sandbox. They're doing a really good job. As, oh my, that is a wow.
That's actually pretty sick. So the fact that they took down Diablo at the very beginning of the fight was a large reason.
He actually just...
And Duro's dead.
He just died to...
Diablo's still dead.
Okay, well he just died to Nash. That's crazy. Well, he didn't. He got knocked up and then...
And then flashed on.
Yeah.
By the universe.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, there it goes.
So Duro dead again. Yeah, I was really leaning into the Duro angle. It's definitely a Roma angle now. Grizzly is also, you know.
Yeah, what is it with the Ahri pop-ups that we're getting? Formally first, and now Roma having a really good performance?
I think Challengers is just very messy, and Reset Champions are just kind of OP.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's more complicated than that.
I think you do benefit from lack of cleanliness.
Yeah, you really do.
As Ahri. As, of course, the Mega Scryer's Bloom, pretty good at spotting out Baron, as Grizzly trying to get in there, almost steals away the Baron. Man, that was close. I thought that he had it there. Not going to quite be able to get it. And the Resonating Strike is not going to opt in. Could have been the big play, but the Baron goes to Liv Sandbox. 4.5 minutes on the Elder Drake as well. Already 2,000 gold swang back in their way. And wow, that was not a sentence.
Well, doesn't really matter because the core of what you were saying is correct, which is Sandbox get away with the Baron. That's going to buy them a whole lot of time, and their comp is way better.
We could say that they got away with murder, but they killed a
is
robot.
It finally time? Are we going to get it? An Elder Flip?
I haven't got it in so long.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a really, really long time.
Right, chat, if everyone in chat spams Elder Flip, maybe we can make it happen.
Only old Apex viewers can remember getting it. Speaking of those people, Wolf is in the chat. He gets it.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it
Elder
is
Flip.
Flipping
Elder
time.
Flip. Well, in 3 minutes.
Elder Flip. So, the Elder Flip's going to be happening in 3 minutes.
OP Banana Hacks already has the coin, so we can actually
nice.
We can do this now.
Heads for Liv Sandbox, tails for HLE. Let's go. And yes, the beautiful track, indeed. What did it? I'm going to call heads. I'm going to say heads.
He flipped heads.
Oh.
So Sandbox is going to win the game.
All right.
That makes sense. Right, you want to pack it up?
Yeah, I get. Well, no. We can hang around and just see how it goes. I think it's worth it.
But we already know.
No, we know, but I like...
Just see how we get there.
Yeah, I think it's the journey, not the destination.
No,
and we know the destination is Liv Sandbox wins, but the journey might be really cool.
Yeah, this is something that I've had with spoilers, where it's like sometimes I feel like spoilers don't really bother me at all because they really don't take away from what happens, and it really is all about the journey.
Yeah, it's like if someone, if you're about to read Lord of the Rings and someone tells you they take the ring to Mordor and kill it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's not going to
But if it's like a Fight Club or a Sixth Sense situation, then I don't. Then it is not cool.
I mean, you broke the rule already, didn't you?
By talking about it?
Yeah,
the movie's
like
24 years old. I think people will be fine with me talking about it.
You know how my YouTube algorithm is just a complete disaster. I was recommended a video of Brad Pitt forgetting the first rule of Fight Club.
Stop exclamation or capital D
When was
double?
So when
Come
were,
on, chat.
When did Tolkien write Lord of the Rings?
Oh, it's like 100 years.
ago
I feel it's
something.
less, but I feel like it was around like 1930s maybe.
It's First World War, wasn't it? That was when he wrote it.
Tyler Darden is a ghost.
Or was it? I think it was. It was.
Chat, stop.
I know he wrote about Mordor in the trenches. I seem to remember. Anyway, Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
So there is double GA available. Don't trust Kaiser Soze, guys. Is this just what we're doing now? We're just spoiling stuff.
All right.
Who's going to win this game? Because the gold lead, while there, is not as important as how are these fights going to play out. And if Home Alive don't blow up a target in the first, like, I want to say 3 seconds of a fight, it's going to be a tough one. Mid lane control is being contested pretty heavily here. We see topside is pushing in, as is bot.
I'm pretty sure this is confirmed because I saw a write it in chat, but apparently The Rock is playing Frodo in the next Lord of the Rings film.
Sure.
Man, Dwayne Johnson's really expanding his repertoire.
Yeah. You know, Lord of the Rings is all about family. I've heard they got Vin Diesel for Sam.
Ah.
Imagine that casting, actually.
Yeah, they're like, no brandy wine for me, just Coronas. I think brandy wine's a place. It's not actually a wine, but maybe they'll make some. Liv Sandbox looking to set up for this Elder fight as the flank angle's pretty good, but maybe going to be a little bit late as Dihawk as he tries to make his way around. There's the counter striker getting into the back line as they manage to get down to the GA. Oh! As Vincenzo very, very low. They go 1-for-1 in mid laners, but there is Duro falling down as well as Lua pulls back the Chakrams. My goodness, this Aphelios is pretty massive, but they're going to have to get out of there. They have 2 alive. And that's a really huge Aphelios, but they're still going to lose this. Grizzly, you have to get over here. You can't let them just take it.
They didn't kill Gucci. They weren't able to get the kill. They went in with the kick, but then the stopwatch came through.
Everyone is getting in there trying to take him down. As all right, Grizzly going to try and fight this one out. The Elder Drake on their side, so technically a 3v3, but they take down the jungler. Dihawk now looking for it, and the Elder is going to go into the hands of Liv Sandbox. And the coin was right!
How did they know?
The coin never lies, Chronicler.
So Grizzly goes in, and if you kill Gucci, you win this fight. But look. Oh, what a tragedy. Roamer Flash Charm. And Rooster goes in with the Flash as well, and they don't kill Azir. And then Gucci kills him in the 1v1. So even though Rooster is able to get the kill,
I think Roma also Spirit Rushed over the wall into between Emperor's Divide and the wall and could actually do nothing.
Yeah. And now Elder is here, which means Baron is going to go to Sandbox, and you know, it's taken a while, but we're finally starting to again hit peak challengers.
Oh, it's happening. And do you know what's crazy? Liv Sandbox are doing this against Chemtech Soul, one of the most powerful souls.
Oh god, don't get off.
Like,
imagine if this was Infernal.
It's actually
or if this was
insane.
Mountain. Wow, that could have definitely not completely changed the game.
Oh, it's just nutty that that Liv Sandbox are this good.
There he goes. He's all capsing in he's all capsing in chat.
Yeah. Exodus. I agree, Wolf. I agree indeed.
Exodia.
Oh, there's the hook thing. What the heck? He got the Azir? Oh, this man's a god. Well, I mean, I guess he's getting PFG again.
Yeah, that was the problem. They just, they didn't hook Azir.
Yeah.
Just hook the pigeon.
Yeah.
Hook the pigeon.
Hook the pigeon, you got it.
He hooked the pigeon. Pigeon dead.
You know, sometimes you don't go fishing, you go birding instead.
Pigeon.
Hey, he went birding. That's all right.
He's hooked in.
Yeah. That's called winning the game.
Watch him.
Boop. I was aiming, and he also got the stopwatch out of Diablo.
So big. Such a big win.
My goodness. Well, I mean, it was either he hooked the pigeon or he hooked Diablo. It was just always going to be good.
Well, Diablo could have, or Guti could have also just used.
They could have both stopwatch, but then they all get to move up, and then they kill both of them, right? Don't they?
Might. Yeah. It's really hard because of Maokai ultimate. but there might have been an
yeah,
opportunity.
they got the Nature's Grasp. So now, I mean, the Baron
So now
push
nothing
is still
happens.
very good, but they're not going to break the base.
No. And you know what that means?
We go again!
Another flip!
Oh.
And my energy's back, Atlas.
All right, do we have the coin?
Woo!
We're gonna need the coin for the next one.
Rolix369 didn't know CL exists, and I'm already a fan. Good. This is peak gameplay.
Hell yeah.
Roma!
This is it. We've done it. Okay, another Nature's Grasp going to come forward as Roma does make his way out the hook. Oh, just barely scratching the backside of Vincenzo. And Roma now going to be able to go back. Does have teleport available. You can see the Crocodile dealing with the minion wave in the mid lane. Gold completely tied up at 77,000. And that means absolutely nothing at this point in time. 6 items have been completed as another hook is going to go wide. If these land, it means the Blitzcrank is useful. If they miss, it means the Blitzcrank may as well just be a caster minion. And even then, maybe a caster minion's better because they spawn more often at this stage of the game.
I think a vision, you know, that you can sacrifice them more easily than Duro.
Yeah. Give less money to the opponent. But if he lands the hook, oh my goodness. Could be a life or death scenario.
Baron is timed out. We are so flipping it.
Oh, it's happening. And now, no more Baron.
Cost us coins at Hanwha. No, didn't it say Sandbox?
The first one, the coin now is Hanwha.
Oh, next coin.
Next coin is Hanwha. All right.
All right. There's
So
no way.
are we going into an ultra late game Baron, like Elder Flip, and somehow this comp from Hanwha Life Esports is supposed to win?
I mean, it can. If it takes out a target, like there is a full item of Aphelios and double GA. It's not easy. I don't think they should be able to, but we saw in the last fight again.
Look at Diablo's items, man. This is sick.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
That's
he's a big boy.
6-item Jax. I haven't seen a 6-item Jax in a hot minute. That's it's a glorious thing.
Between Diok and Diablo, they have a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
I'm also firmly of the belief that Liv Sandbox under no circumstance should actually try and 5v5, just shove sides and have Jax win the game.
Yeah, no, I think that is definitely an advised scenario. But they're not going to do that. Diok is going to walk over a ward. We're going to press the ultimate button. Grizzly looking for that backline. That's a big counter-strike, but he's not able to get too much done just yet. Does not have a Zhonya's complete as well as GA is going to be popped into the backline. Another one going to be popped here as well from the Jax's Vincenzo. Goody is going to be able to take down the kill on the jungler, but that is a full health Aphelios. Difficult for them to get on top of him. 35 seconds on the Elder, though.
Oh, no jungler.
And Grizzly's not going to be there.
Okay, Hanwha Life need to try and retake tempo here. Duro!
Oh, he gets the hook on the other hook guy. Okay, that is going to be the kill. Rooster? And now, Rooster trying to get out of there. Definitely needs to do so as Aphelios is hitting for a large amount of damages. He's got no shoes. No shoes, just damage.
Oh. And the dragon will be up.
All
4
right.
versus 4.
Can Lua and Roma make this one happen? Rooster is extraordinarily low. Duro not going to get the hook because the Zhonya's was there. The Crocodile trying to get onto Diablo. And oh my god, they're doing it. How is the coin this correct?
Wait,
oh my god, Vincenzo.
Elder.
He's so extraordinarily golden. And Rooster, he's going to go back home. It looks like Elder's going to be taken. It's just not enough.
No, they can't.
It's a mega cone.
They need Grizzly.
It's the Valdez item.
No. Okay, Duro's got this. Duro's not going to let him.
Oh, the Alpaca providing vision. He's just going to get out.
Oh my god. The coin!
And it's an Elder apiece. How did the coin know? How does the coin always know? Oh my goodness. All right, the third one. What's the coin say about the third one?
What about third Elder Flip? As Guti again gets max value, Rooster is having some of the highest impact I've seen of a late game Renekton.
Not to mention late game Blitzcrank doing actual things as well.
Look at the health force on Rover and Roost.
Yeah.
What is happening?
This game is absolutely nuts.
Okay, so now they get both.
Yeah, now they get both,
So
and now we
Hanwha
see
wins.
whether Live Sandbox can do anything about it. And this is also second Elder, right? And so second Elder, no matter who takes it, is going to last for a bit longer. It's now ticking down from 2 minutes. And so Harmalife Esports now have 2 full minutes of Exodia, full Exodia. This game is so stupid. I love it.
This might be the most challengers we've challenged.
Oh, I am so challenged. I have been exceedingly challenged by this series thus far.
we all
Look,
have.
they're just wandering towards the enemy because there's no way.
They have the double whammy.
The triple whammy, dude. You're forgetting.
They have
the
soul.
Chemtech Soul.
Look at the snag.
Oh, that's a charm. That's going to connect. And Diablo in so much trouble. He's going to have to get back to the fountain. Going to buy them a lot of space as Duro's playing with his Hex Splash. Having a good time. They might need another inhibitor, but they don't have a lot of waves set up. The bottom wave, well and truly outside of their purview right now. They're going to continue sieging these Nexus turrets. Roma is so incredibly low, but oh my god, the Wrath of the Dragon comes down. And that is plan B, not having an extra plan. They do manage to take down the Crocodile. Still a fair bit of damage available here from Diablo, who does get that health bar back, but Roma doing a decent job getting his health back as well. They do set up the Sundisk to pretend to be a Nexus turret as Roma goes forward. They're fishing for a charm. Doesn't find the Everfrost though. With the charm, he's going to connect under Diablo and he explodes once again. It's the Wrath of the Dragon and the Nexus turret just pops like a balloon. Another kill comes forward and Roma grabs the last one. 46 and 44 seconds is going to be the end game time, and the early game composition walks away with a win.
This is peak Challengers gameplay, and it comes from Challengers Atlas.
Who would have thought that the Challenger gameplay comes from Challenger?
No one!
Not me!
No one would have!
I'm giving it to Duros. I don't care anymore. I love the hooks. Because honestly, if you've got a Blitzcrank on your team and you win a 46-minute game, that Blitzcrank did some stuff that was better than he should have done, right?
All hail the coin!
Zane, Duropog, and I vote Zane. I'm there. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. And honestly, if we could vote for the coin, we would, because that was absolutely insane.
Oh my god.
And the fact that, like, the coin also said Harmalife Esports before any of the setup happened.
Yeah.
Before anything.
Yep.
They just knew.
Shouldn't we both have votes? Yeah, so I voted for Romer, but Romer and Duro, if either of them get it, I don't care. As long as one of the two of them
picks
it
Banana
up,
Hacks, don't worry.
Two more of these? Absolutely.
100%. I mean, how does Harmalife Esports back this up with a win? I just don't think it's possible.
You can't do it.
Nope. Because they will also now go into the next game thinking that this was a good draft. And they're going to be like, oh, Ari, hard counters Azir.
Look, they were like almost 10k gold up at the like 20-something minute mark.
Right.
And they're challengers, so they're... Wait, oh no, they're not. They're not clean enough to play this out. Huh. But
what a whack. The goal graph is just like...
There's one thing that
a crocodile literally
change.
took a bite out of the goal graph.
I will never change is Duro and Blitzcrank. That man,
oh yeah,
he's earned his Blitzcrank card. It doesn't matter what the game. I don't care if he's playing into like Ezreal and 4 other Death Champ. That man gets to pick
100%.
Blitzcrank. Oh my god, what a game!
This was definitely a video game that we had played today. We witnessed it. We saw it happen. And at the beginning, we were talking about nothing. But as the game went on,
we got swept
it drew us in. With each passing moment,
like
it became more and more exciting. Oh, could not believe it. Yundo, you were there. We were all there. And we all loved it. What a time to be alive. Challenger, everyone. Duro's going to pick it up. I had to do it for my boy. And Zane, when he chooses the POG, that POG is selected. We listen, and there it is. Man collects it. Vision score, irrelevant. KDA, even more irrelevant. DPM, barely even scratching on the conversation of relevance. None of these numbers mean a thing. But he landed the hooks that mattered. Honestly, that one on Goody probably won them the game.
Yeah. Well, there was the one on Goody, but what was more impressive to me was the one where he actually went for the flash over the wall, because that's like that can lose you the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, say that they're ready for it, they have vision, and they collapse on you, they kill you. Like, you just straight up lose, because after that, the Elder would have been theirs.
Yeah.
So going for that, I think is really a...
CC score 199 means that he landed 199 hooks, yes.
Yes, definitely. Did you not pay attention, Orcs?
Yeah.
God, come on, man. Get it together.
Yeah, you need to get it together. It's fine. You got a whole next game to get it
You
together.
mean 2?
Well, yeah. Well, he needs to be on the ball for game 3, is what I'm saying. Like, the decider is the most
Come
important.
on, Orcs! Oh, we only... okay. That's
No.
fine.
I mean, that's relatively close.
distracted.
Like, it's not good enough, but it is a move in the right
You're
direction.
still new, Dan, so it's fine. We'll forgive you for now.
Yeah. Oh, what an extraordinary performance from Humble Life Esports. Still, the sandbox looking good. We're going to go to a short break. When we get back, game number 2. Who knows what to expect? Can't wait. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The LCK Challenger 2023 Summer. And my goodness, what an incredible game. I had to take a sip of water from this glorious LCK tumbler in order to stay hydrated and stay prepared for what we could be in store for game number 2. Oh my goodness. Chronicler, do you think that Humble Life Esports has a chance of losing in game 2 so we can have 3 games?
I have zero thoughts on the matter.
Oh.
Zero input.
Okay, cool.
That game...
No, that's enough. Zane, what do you think do we have to expect from this one?
That game didn't teach us anything, Atlas. If anything, it taught us that anything is possible if you just believe in it. If you believe enough. You can make your Blitzcrank hook point and click. You can have a coin dictate the fate of a match. You can have a composition with Renekton, Lee, and Ahri win a late game fight.
And Blitzcrank.
Yeah, win a late game 5v5 against what really is just a top-notch teamfight composition in Jax, and Maokai, and Azir, and Varus, and Nautilus, and Still.
Gatorade, you can only have one of these tumblers if you fill it with Gatorade. That's the only way. Zane says that we're going to see some of the same picks, most likely, from Harmon Life Esports. And I would hazard a guess that we certainly could. We are going to see that Red Side has been selected by Live Sandbox. And we'll see what that does to change up how this draft is going to go. As we have seen Red Side rise in priority as far as where teams want to be. Live Sandbox backs against the wall if this next one. Vi and Nico to be banned away as we dive headfirst into the draft. And I say dive headfirst. Maybe we super dive headfirst into this draft.
Sorry, were you saying hashtag super dive, the slogan for Hanwha Life Esports?
I was indeed saying that. Hashtag cool kids never panic. On the other side, which is of course not the Live Sandbox Challenger roster slogan, but the slogan for their main team.
Good enough.
Absolutely. Pig Lady, indeed, has been banned away third as the mystical magical tree Ivan and Daisy both banned away here. That's 4 bans for the price of 3. One final one. What do Live Sandbox not want to see?
You know what my main takeaway is from what we've seen today? And what is, which is something that I'm sure will spark joy in anyone. No cat.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it glorious?
No cat. A cat's dead again.
Do you know what's not dead? Super cool hair. We thought that when Ophelia left, we'd have to deal with regular hair. And then Rooster comes along, he's like, huh, whatever. Dominates us with his glorious locks. Absolutely incredible. He's going to lock away Renekton as well, which is very Harmon Life Esports. That's a Kai'Sa though. Renekton going to look a little bit like a pincushion when you do build some of that AP. Still, see what Diablo can do. He did go for a bit of an AP build on the Varus last time around. A little bit more front-loaded here for the Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa Rel coming through, although we don't know where this Kai'Sa is actually going to end up going until we get deeper into the draft.
Xayah? Wow, we're back to 2018.
Kai'Sa.
2017.
What?
Xayah Kai'Sa was 2017 meta, right?
Yeah.
Or was that 2018?
Well, it was 2017, but we've also had it like 3 times in between.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, the key thing of
Kai'Sa didn't even come out until 2018. So it was 2018. Xayah Kai'Sa. What was the other champion in the Xayah meta in 2017, or was it just Xayah? I know that was in 2017, right? Might have been Tris. Not sure. Anyway, Goody is going to consider an Ahri, and we'll lock that one away. No Azirs yet on the map, as Harmon Life Esports decided to take away their bottom lane.
And I would expect a... Oh, okay. So Azir already getting taken away. I'm kind of wondering whether they are going to ban Lee on Hanwha's side, because otherwise I'm pretty sure Sandbox is going to run Lee Ahri. Smack that immediately down and see what Harmon Life will do against it.
Isn't it really weird that, like people pick Ahri into Azir, but then they also pick Ahri and then ban Azir?
Yeah. So I think that at least knowing LCK teams, the school of thinking is probably that he can pick it because Azir can't consistently punish Ahri because his laning is not as good as it used to be. And obviously, the ultimate isn't as big a problem for Ahri because you can just trade ults and be fine. And also, Azir doesn't really block off Ahri from doing stuff the way a lot of other picks do. But it's still playing into Azir is just a nuisance. because of his team fighting power, because of his ultimate. So Lee is going to be, I imagine, the pick up here. And Homolife also banned away one of the best picks into this. So they must have a plan.
Well, I wonder what the plan is going to be, as Grizzly will have to reveal the
Rek'Sai. Yeah.
Ooh, Nidalee. Gragas Yasuo.
Gragas Yasuo.
Give it to me.
You know what? Oh.
Nidalee. Let's go. Yeah, not a Viego fan, but it's better than Wukong.
Viego Lissandra?
Oh man, they've got a dude with a sword that could have been Yasuo, and then they're gonna pick Gragas anyway.
Boo!
Wow, I'm extraordinarily sad. I feel like this composition is doo-doo.
I like that a lot more.
This is way better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. So it is Roamer, not BDD, which does make me a little bit more worried, but the value of Taliyah into the sandbox comp should be self-explanatory. This is a full short-range comp.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I see Gwen, I get scared.
I don't love the Gwen.
I feel like Gwen kind of gets pummeled early.
She does. Much. Yeah, well, I feel like it's very similar to Jax, actually. Well, like the first few levels you're fine, but once Renekton gets good, he gets good for a large amount of time.
And we saw Rooster was good for the whole game in a crazy way. The Jax is going to be the decision, though. Diehook back on it once again. See what they're going to be able to get done here, as Vincenzo no longer under the shackles of being a majestic tree, and instead is going to try his hand at a blind dude running around the jungle. See how that's going to go into a guy that's trying to steal hearts and stuff like that. Viego lore is a little bit too intense for me to really recite here. But as we know, he's a bit of a king on the prowl. We'll see how he's going to do up against the Lee Sin here. We do see this a lot. Viego picked into Lee Sin. So not a surprise that Homolife Esports went that way, but still something that doesn't exactly make us excited, one could say.
Yeah, you can, you know, when Lee starts his ult animation, you can buffer with your ult. You actually can match his early skirmishing power, not his mobility, but you know, when it comes to all-in. And the setup with Taliyah is okay. I don't think it's great. I don't love it. I actually really like the Xin hover that we saw earlier, but Xin is obviously not in the best of spots. And the Homolife comp, it's pretty much just half dive in, half kite back, which is a little weird. Sandbox's comp is very cohesive. It is all all in, all dive. And Homolife's comp, it feels very similar to the previous one. Like, if you execute it well, I'd love Taliyah and Xayah into what Sandbox have.
Oh yeah, everything. But if you everything gets wrecked by Taliyah.
Yes, but if you make mistakes, if you don't put down good E's, if you miss position, the Sandbox comp, I think, is very straightforward in just booming you real hard.
All right, got two questions as we get into this. What's Roamer's name, and what is Taliyah good at?
Roaming and roaming.
Amen. Amen, brother. Knew you had my back on that one. It was a difficult question. Let's rock out a little before we get into the game. All right, by the way, the guy leading the Hanwha fan chant popped off.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So, Atlas, I'm a little concerned if you feel like asking that question, like, had you even worried for a little bit? Because you phrased it like, oh yeah, I had faith in you, but that was a really easy question. Are your expectations of me that low?
Wow, I didn't know you were that self-conscious. You couldn't even figure out a joke.
No.
Huh, weird. You could work on your self-confidence. How could we do that? Do we want to try? Is there a program we could join?
Is this where we start giving compliments?
I have heard a lot of people talk about how handsome you are. Do you want to talk about that?
No, don't do that. Not this. No, it's not funny. They can't see me, okay? So it's they only get half the fun. They can only hear me.
Well, they can always, if they're in YouTube, they can always just scan back, you know.
Scan back to when?
Mr. Caster, we can give you affirmations.
No, that's okay. I'm completely fine. What do y'all do on off days beside Aaron's cooking? I really enjoyed cooking, yeah.
I play Diablo and Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact, I took some time off, but
yeah?
I'm back on
You're
again.
Back on the horse?
Actually, there was an event where you had to kill like a whole bunch of like bosses, and you had to up the difficulty to get all the rewards. And I had to do it within 2 hours, and that was intense. This was like the most intense Genshining I've done in a very long time. We got there, by the way. Max difficulty, easy peasy.
Is Genshin still as like big? Because I know culturally I've seen not nearly as much of it after Honkai's come out.
Is Genshin still big?
Yeah, as big as it was, or is some
so
of it been eaten up by Honkai?
The content was terrible until they announced that the new region's coming out, and that looks super dope.
So it was kind of on the back burner while the Honkai launch happened, and now...
It makes sense for Hoyoverse to do that. Focus on their new child, and then after that has died down a little bit, go back to the one that you know, most people have already invested in. Kind of makes some sense. Anyway, having a look at some of these drafts and how they're going to work. When is First Blood, Chronicler? Tell me
that. 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
7 minutes.
All right, so we've got 4 minutes to continue talking about nothing, or talking about how some of these setups might happen. Is Roma possibly in a bit of trouble?
Well, that is a lot of game talk, but you know, I'm willing to give it a go.
Yeah. All right, Roma just going to walk back. Everything misses, and he's going to be able to find a seismic shove onto Goody, who takes so much damage here. Down to about 100, and Roma, as he gets ganked, doesn't flash and does way too much damage to the Ahri. As Grizzly is now looking for a flash. Might be able to find it here. Flashes over the charm. Gorgeous moves. Here from the Viego. Level 4 looking to chase after him. Does get the Foxfire. Because now Vincenzo wants to fight this one out as best he can. Cute little dash. As the Q is going to be used to get the heck out of dodge.
7 minutes.
Yeah. 7 minutes is coming in 3 minutes time, but maybe we're going to get it a little bit early.
Never mind. It's happening now.
No. There's the flash forward plan B. They dive on top. And Lewis trying to get the damage down, but First Blood is going to go through so early onto Grizzly, and everyone on Live Sandbox limps away. I'd like to just say, for now, robbed, 100%. Although, is it actually a win for Live Sandbox when mid lane loses like a wave and a half?
Yeah, and also a lot of damage goes down. I'm going to say probably worth. So the reason why Sandbox or Hanwha rather really go all in is mainly because of the fact that you have low advantage on Grizzly and it's a Viego, so like once it works extremely well. But unfortunately, they don't have the lockdown, and Crashdown combined with the burst on Grizzly is more than enough damage. Will be the kill going over to plan B, which is a little bit of a rough scenario, but as you pointed out, between the gold lead for Rooster, unsurprisingly, and Roamer actually pulling out ahead, I'm still pretty good. And I'm going to stick with, if Grizzly had just backed off and he would have gotten his, you know, 7 minute First Blood, things would have been fine.
Yeah. And Kevin Kim agrees with you. Zayn actually getting a correct prediction on the First Blood timing, and we've been asked when we're hiring him for the LCK. Anytime you want to send over your resume, I'm very happy to have a peruse. I'm at Atlas TV on Twitter. Just chuck it in the DMs.
Maybe throw it to the very active YouTube channel.
Yeah, or my very active YouTube channel. You can just leave it in a comment. I'm going to make a flurry build. So I
unironically was hoping for the Diablo.
Yeah, so I have it's still being iterated on, but I think I'm going to move to rapid fire. So I'm going to do my my flurry build very, very soon before I make the switch.
Nice.
That's the theory. So that one's how it's going to go. And actually, I'm going to film it tomorrow because I have my day off.
Awesome. I can't wait. I'm really excited. What if I want to become G-Sun's assistant? We have to DM G-Sun.
Yeah. She's at Z2 on Twitter as well.
I'm pretty sure she could use, you know, people. She's doing a lot.
Yeah, we were talking about people's abilities to delegate, and G-Sun not very good at that. She does a lot of, I'm just going to do it myself.
And she does a great job.
She does do a great job, but it does leave her with a lot of bandwidth missing.
And not not really having free time, which we don't love.
Oh, Zalorian. Very excited to get into it. I played a bit of it, but I think my build was bad, so I'm keen to start it again. I just like playing combo points, and the other time I was playing something else, Inner Side, I think. Didn't like it that much. If we're Atlas's assistant, will we be playing Genshin all day? If so, I'm qualified. Daniel, that would actually help me out a lot. If you do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'll fill you in on exactly what my daily routine is, so that you can help me out there. Sounds brilliant, as that was actually a cute little maneuver from Rooster. Not able to get a kill or anything set up there, as the Ruthless Predator was on cooldown. Grizzly, speaking of Ruthless Predators, Chronicler, is going to come on over and steal away his rock people? That's ruthless.
Not the people of the rock.
The people of the rock.
And he's not even the Ruthless Predator.
I know.
That's his top laner.
We should honestly have a conversation with Arnold Schwarzenegger about what makes a Predator.
Does anyone play Terraria? I have played a lot of Terraria.
I've played a lot of Terraria,
yeah. It's a great game.
I liked the shark gun.
Can I be Chronicler's assistant if I... Yes, absolutely.
Groceries your assistant, and dishes. Yeah, groceries would be the
groceries and dishes, that's it, really. Help me procure some ingredients that are hard to find in Korea. Although it's gotten, oh my god, it's gotten so much easier.
Oh yeah,
it's unreal.
I'm going to Emart Traders on Tuesday, which is like Emart's version of Costco.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's one in Goyang, which is around the corner from us, so I'm really excited.
Please report back. That's
I will let you know.
Very exciting.
And yes, I'll be rolling for Kafka. I've already pre-built my Saval. I'm very excited.
What are your favorite things to cook? Very tough. I really like cooking anything that requires a little bit of work. Just the cooking itself and perfecting recipes is very good to me.
As Grizzly can find a cute little stun on a Vincenzo, but the ward goes down, doesn't take any meaningful damage, and lives Sandbox in a good position. I say good, they are still down 500 gold. Or 6.
Yeah, but you know, gold is relative, Atlas.
Yeah.
It's about what you can buy with it, and 500 gold buys you like
so many controls.
You know, longsword and some potions and maybe a ward. It's kind of.
Well,
now it's only 100 gold.
But Shelly may warp the whole situation.
Yeah, no, but now Homa is ahead again. They were behind.
I know. It's crazy how it just ping-pongs back and forth.
How did they get that? Is it like, was it like a big... I'm looking for like a pull or something. Might just have been the big wave. Plus the Shelly gold.
Yeah, Shelly local gold's actually pretty big. As they managed to take that one down. So Goody shoved the wave in.
My headcanon is that Chronicler doesn't actually play video games. I play a ton of video games.
He just pretends that he does, and otherwise he's a dad who doesn't have a kid yet. That's basically my headcanon as well.
For me, that actually tracks.
Yeah, kind of works.
Makes a lot of sense.
And when the thing that you do in your time off is play board games with your friends. Yep.
I kind of want to play board games.
Me too, man.
You wanna
we could. We could try and figure something out.
Yeah. I mean, I would invite Laura, but I know she's not. She's out and about.
She's in Busan right now.
We can do, you know, Yumi, maybe some
we can get Mr. Aykroyd, yeah.
Yeah, we can maybe even invite the son.
Ooh,
I know.
The Key son? Or the G son?
Either of them. Although both will be kind of tough. I don't think we have that much space.
That's true.
But it could be good. It could be fun.
G-Sun might be interested.
I'll throw out some pointers, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds dope. We should, oh my god. Imagine playing the new June, with G-Sun.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys don't know, June is all about how much you can frustrate and annoy the people you're playing with. And I imagine G-Sun would really pop off.
Really fucking good. Yeah,
I reckon she'd be really
great
good
at it.
Yeah. That is your second, by the way.
Caught off guard.
That's right. The Danish get at least 25 of those. So we can give the Dutchman a few extras. So we're absolutely fine.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, that is going to be a secured Drake from the Viego, but can they actually win the fight? The Blade Caller not going to get too much value as this Viego is really starting to pop off. Heartbreaker going to come on forward. They decide to hop on top of Diablo, who can do nothing about it outside of ulting away. But look, he's got like 8 health, and Romer is going to throw a pebble at him, and that is going to be enough to take him down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, something happened. Not entirely sure. Some flashes going down and things like that as this turret not long for the world. And man, that's a lot of action. Homolife Esports coming out on top.
And I'm a little worried about the odds of Sandbox bringing us to another game because the engage from Plan B are pretty stellar, but you need follow-up, and that isn't really there. Lure immediately goes for the look
the
at
seismic shove, man.
This is a really good example of when the Talia value that you envision actually pays off fully. And then from that point on, obviously, like the Sandbox comp doesn't function if they are not the one playing on the front foot. Didn't even have their jacks.
Oh, and Roma getting to a little bit of wall so he can surf into range to get that threaded volley working. You love to see it. Nicely played here by Homolife Esports, moving them into a kill advantage. It is going to be about 2,000 gold their lead here at 12.5 minutes. And we were talking about the significance of gold leads and things like that. Well, this one may translate into an Infernal Drake, and then another one, which equates to a soul. And we were talking about the value of soul in the last game. It just went from 0 to 100. Pretty cool. As we may, like Dan Harrison may have something to say about how valuable this Drake is in comparison to the one that we had in the last game. I think I have an idea about what his opinion would be as well.
I personally think that you will always have fluctuation in power levels, but yeah, we've had this discussion a lot. But
is it worth it
really
to cast before Elder? A valid question.
You know what? It might not be. But in this game, like the problem is that if you asked me this like last year, I would have answered very differently. But Challengers has really not been as flippy. It's been one-sided games. There's still been a lot of questionable decisions, and there's been a bit of roller coasters. But when it comes to specifically Elder, there haven't been a lot of Elder flips.
All right, we got a bit of an engage here towards the bottom side. Diablo, that was pretty cute, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough as yet. Positioning on the Featherstorm, pretty good, but is the follow-up going to be there? They get the mini stun into the wall, and that is Lure going down. Not going to be able to grab Duro as well, as he will back away. So a 1-for-1, both of the AD carries dead for the moment. And a good answer there from Liv Sandbox.
Yo, my elderly grandma just did a backflip on a trampoline. You know what I should call this phenomenon? It's Elder flip. God, that's good.
My brain's not working very well. I didn't get
well,
that.
neither is mine.
I'm really glad that you got that. That was very good.
As even with the reposition, Diablo unfortunately takes too much damage, and then the attempted TP doesn't work out. Otherwise, Duro would have been dead as well, for sure. But not going to be the case this time around. And that is a 1-for-1 trade. But kill going over to Lure is quite big, and for Sandbox, it's gonna take exactly what we saw Hama do, which is super crisp snap engages and decision making. Like you need to pick target, immediately kill them.
Yeah.
Right? And then otherwise, the team fightings or the team fight is not gonna be. It's not gonna be great.
Do you know what's really cool? Zane is actually offering something that I imagine some people could actually need. Like, what if you're in a library?
Yeah.
And you're watching the LCK.
Yeah.
But you just want to have like an idea of all the things that you need to be paying attention to. Yeah. That is what Zane is giving everyone in Twitch chat right now.
Yeah.
The ability to enjoy challenges with some sort of commentary without needing to listen.
Could be really cool.
It's very awesome.
Like a dev broadcast where you just have it typed in chat.
And a Rift Herald being stolen away by Grizzly. Yeah, really cool stuff. And look, we didn't actually provide any commentary, but if you want to know what just happened, just have a look in chat.
Just read chat.
Zane's right there.
Sneaky Grizzly.
Yeah, and we do need casters for LCK Academy. So,
oh my God.
Zane, just to let you know.
If that actually ever happens, that's going to be amazing.
I mean, we do have players pulled all the way from Academy to play in the LCK.
Yeah.
So it can't be lacking that much relevance. But it is run a little bit differently. Well. There are just little tournaments and things like that. We could certainly help you out in a few of them. Would be a whole lot of fun.
What is meant as a school for casters? Yeah, I mean, so casters do have a community where you can ask for VOD reviews as well.
Okay, some rock spell on the ground. That is a really, really nice charm onto Roma, who's trying to get himself out. Oh my God! How dare you survive? How dare you, Roma?
You messed up. You have to pay with your life. You can't just walk away.
Consequences exist for a reason. You can't have your cake and be alive to eat it too. Oh, thank goodness they stopped the charge.
So-called trap and then getting out-peopled and then still getting away? No.
It's not allowed. Not allowed. Anyway, they do lose the Drake, so there's actually they do pay a pretty hefty price.
Yeah, it's a price. I don't know if I call it hefty because they get the mid lane turret.
Hey, one turret can turn into 4.
Yep, but they... Homa got the turret.
Yeah, they did get the turret. They did open the map. Yeah, the dragons. Yeah.
Oh, you meant dragons?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that could happen.
Turrets could also turn into 4 as well, yeah.
Yeah, but in the context of what you said, it didn't... I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, me making sense is a difficulty at this point in time. I'm not going to lie to you.
I really appreciate how, like, to give you guys an idea, right? We came in, they were like, I think today it's going to happen. I think. And we were both in a really good mood, really energetic. And, like, now it's like... We're in game 8, you know, and like
I mean, you can always just have a look. We're at like 7.5 hours.
I still can't believe we did 2.5 more. That happened.
Yeah,
yeah. And that was also when our schedule was way, because we didn't have lore, we didn't have Orcs, like it was way worse.
Yeah, we could be here in theory for another 2 hours.
Well, we can't today.
Well, I mean, say this game goes to 58 minutes.
Ah, yes,
and then Live Sandbox wins, and then the next game, we have a pause halfway through and it goes to 67 minutes. We could break the record.
You're right.
That's how it could go.
Oh, I like these. Setting up some traps in case someone on Hanwha just walks into unwarded territory, but he will not.
No. And it remains about a 4,000 gold lead. 4.2, something like that.
That's not too bad.
Not bad at all. The Sandbox still in with a fighting chance, especially when their composition fights so extraordinarily well. Bit on the nose, that particular call, but I'll review it later. Goody just going to...
You're gonna...
Yeah, I'm going to VOD review challenger.
You're going to VOD review challengers?
Yeah, I just want to see whether Zayn is going to be better than our current color commentary roster.
I don't think we have to check that out. I think we can definitively state that.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
So we're going to have to see who's going to win.
I do have to say, I do think we need to do a partner as well. I don't think it can just be a one-man show.
That's true. Are we talking about for Academy? I mean,
yeah.
We're not going to be. We're not going to
have.
Where's
the boy?
Yeah, Zayn's not going to be able to.
Where's the boy?
Who's the boy?
Mystery boy.
Oh, that's true.
That's the duo. That was the. I thought
he went to sleep and he fell out of my brain.
That does happen a lot of you.
Mistake boy needs to wake up.
Oh yeah, Mistake boy. I thought it was mystery. Well, I mean, you know.
Well, he is a bit of a mystery boy at this point in time because we don't know him all that well. However, has casted at least a series of
remember
challenges.
Atlas cast LPW for LCK? That has not been retconned. Atlas talks with a lot of love about his time in the LPL, mostly towards death, but just in general.
Yeah. No, I loved cast. I mean, when I was casting the LPL though, it was I started in 2015, so I basically half casted the LCK. If you guys remember, half the LPL roster, all of them was LCK. So when what? Marin, Deft, Acorn, Lupa, Dade.
Yeah, this was just post Exodus.
This was the actual Exodus.
Yeah. Nothing ever since is compared.
Oh, okay. Someone remembers Atlas casting Overwatch. Do you remember
beautiful
Yeah, do you remember Taimu casting me casting Overwatch? That was a time.
He ripped you apart.
Well, no, he just laughed a lot, and that's where the meme was born.
He couldn't even...
I've met him. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also... It actually is genuinely funny. Like, it's not really...
I was so tired. It was a really long day. And Overwatch is tiring when you have no idea what's going on.
I feel like it goes... Remember our Hearthstone cast?
Oh, yeah.
Have we told Chad about our Hearthstone
cast? You know,
I
was at WCG Hearthstone Grand Finals commentator, right? With Navi Oot.
With Navi Oot?
Yeah.
That's such a specific...
This was relatively recently as well.
No, but I remember us casting... Grizzly?
Yeah, Grizzly could be in trouble here as he does manage to buff the Heartbreaker. And look at that. They managed to get themselves away. Still, a lot of buttons are used, but they do get an outer turret for their trouble. Teleport to come forward here, and it's just Roma making his way back. And see, Rooster going for a reset here, has the ability to teleport in if he would like to. And there it is, it's a big flank.
They don't know.
Oh, Diablo, there could be a croc, but it's Cootie that's the target. He has to flash because he doesn't have his ultimate available. Good target selection here from Hummer Life Esports.
Should still be Soul Point being set up for Hanwha here, though.
Yeah,
Sandbox,
not a lot of options.
yeah.
And man, it just goes to show pretty good news that Live Sandbox managed to take away the last streak. Otherwise, this is just Infernal Soul and they're dead, right?
Yep, wholeheartedly agree. Rooster also finishing his Sterex. I know we talked a little bit about power spikes previously, but this is that's a big one.
What's Grizzly buying?
What's Grizzly buying? I assume Kraken.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay,
yes,
that would work quite well.
I don't love it
Diego these days.
into the Sandbox comp because I think that as bad as it feels, Anktra tankiness probably is better. Yeah. Even though, you know, Vega obviously scales with it very nicely, but he is pretty decently fed. He's like 30 CS up, he has a kill, so I don't mind it as much.
I actually loved the early days of Tastosis casting Valorant because it was just memes and it was lovely.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what you... I also imagine the audience was split between this is the greatest thing ever and what is going on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if you didn't know who they were, you're like, why are these boomers casting this game they know nothing about? And if you're like a Tastosis fan of old, you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, there was only two ways to experience
No,
that.
absolutely. And it was, I imagine that it would have created some conversations and some opinions online. I love that. As we're going to get a bit of a zoom, yeah.
Thanks, Yundo.
Yeah, he's going to miss out on that cannon.
I can't believe Yundo is like just straight up observing these games, zooming in, and then coming back and giving us his opinion immediately afterwards.
Sagex has the perfect breakdown, by the way. 33% of amazing, 33% terrible, and 33% God, I'm so glad Tastosis is doing this.
Yeah, there really is not a lot of nuance or middle ground on that one.
Nope. It's fantastic. Wow, Vincenzo, I think, it felt like he was moving over there completely irrelevant to the fact that there was a seismic shove being set up, and he sidesteps it by accident. That's what it felt like in my head.
Well, he's blind.
That is true, so I guess he does everything by accident. Or does everything by feel. Or he's like Daredevil.
I can't believe they have a champion that actually is like functionally blind in Rek'Sai when she's burrowed, right? Like that actually is
it's actually pretty cool.
It's so cool.
And it does make sense as well. They need a Gopher champion. Or a Gopher Rek'Sai skin.
That actually sounds amazing.
They've got Pugmore. Why can't we have Gopher Rek'Sai? Okay, Vincenzo taking a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, the boom boom from Romer as he just throws the worked ground on top of them. Great knock up, and that's the setup for the seismic shove. Plan B is going to need another one of those as he looks to try and re-engage. That's the plan, I guess, as Lou is the one turning it on its head. It's a double, almost a triple, but Romer's going to take it away. And Rooster, it's time to get hypey. Let's get the ace. As I don't think fighting a Jax is a good idea. Abort, 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 get out of there. That's not what we want. As the Baron, a little bit too strong, I guess, as they decide they want to go home.
Can't even do anything. Can't take the Baron because you don't have anyone who can tank it. And this starts off with, oh man, Grizzly and Rome are getting the big damage here. But then, unfortunately for Grizzly, he gets charmed, which means he's just immediately dead. And then Duro gets the extension, and the fight here allows Romer to get another seismic shove, and then Lure making great use of the space that is bot. Yeah, Plan B doing his best to just save his body, but not going to be enough. And with another seismic shove, Romer...
Lure also using the Feather Storm in such a weird way.
Yeah.
Because he managed to get almost max value on his Blade Caller after using it to gap close.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I personally really appreciate Romer in particular. Talia, to me, having played a lot of her, it can be such a thin margin between Talia being good in theory against the champ, because the thing is, obviously Talia is really good against dashes, right? But you're also, if you make a single mistake and they get on top of you, you just die. You have zero ways of dealing with a Jax or a Lee right on top of you.
Yep.
So your positioning in fights and how you use your E is so incredibly important, and it's always really cool. BDD is obviously the #1 example.
He's the guy.
And if Romer, you know, maybe could take a look when it comes to his side lane impacts, because BDD to me is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best of that in the LCK at the moment.
Yeah, on the best team at that as well.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's a pretty good combo. I still would take Chovy in like the pure 1v1, but the way that the KT
on Howling
Abyss,
I'd take Chovy every day of the week, 100%.
Like that. I can't wait for the second round of that matchup. That's going to be that's going to be a banger. But Sandbox,
hopefully we don't see any illegal item purchases.
I'm not going to bring that up, but yeah, no.
I think it really does, like, it adds more hype, right?
Oh,
because
it
I
will.
feel like there's an asterisk on that series.
It's a grudge match. Now for Sandbox, it's all or nothing. Can't give this one up. Do you have a stopwatch available here for Gucci? No third item just yet for Diablo.
He popped out of the brush. I don't know whether they got pings on him just yet.
I like the setup though. This is a lot of flanks, multiple angles.
There is vision for Hummer Life Esports as Plan B does move in. Grizzly sprinting towards him, has to crash down over the wall. Dahuk now, he's the one that's going to set up for it, but can't let his team be engaged on. Rooster does take a lot, sitting below 50%. As let's see whether they're going to give it up. An interesting choice.
With a bounty.
One they're allowed to do.
I don't know about this one. Yeah, they can't. They don't have time. It's too fast. But they're probably going to try and leverage this into a favorable fight because both these teams have a kind of a tough time trying to set up here. Wall comes through.
Yeah, but it's an interesting split decision as the counter-strike. They're not actually going to be able to get him to jump forward, and there's a seismic shove. In goes the Crocodile as Plan B gets a Magnet Storm, but where's the follow-up? It doesn't exist, and now Goody's going to get dove on by his own Rel that is actually a Viego. And now Grizzly's going to chase after Goody. I don't know whether he's long for the world as Rooster is going to go golden for a few moments. That's actually going to buy so much space, and Diablo and Vincenzo just have to run away. Voidseeker's going to connect. But I just don't know whether he has it in him, and that one could have been dangerous. But Rooster is still going to be able to get away. Has teleport available to get back into this pit with full health. Spatulas. Spatulas, are they at the ready? Vincenzo not going to go for it. Dura, good positioning. They guarantee the Baron. Pretty clean play here from Hummer Life Esports.
And a really good salvage. I was kind of expecting him to really suffer after giving up the Dragon, but the turn that they find here on Diab is actually perfect. Ends up working out, and then here we see again the value. Gucci trying to go in, and the E from the Taliyah being such an incredibly tough call, and it really puts into perspective. As mentioned, I think the setup that Sandbox had around that Dragon Pit was really good. You had Gucci on the top, you had Plan B on the bottom, and then you had multiple units trying to look for the backline. So actually playing a straight up front to back for Hanwha was really hard. So their call to then decide, hey, we can't contest this, or we can, but it might backfire. I'm really impressed. Like, I'm kind of... Because what I'm used to is challengers doing that and then just flipping Nash. And then losing Nash and then losing the game.
No, I was actually thinking that the Taliyah wall was used so that they could have better odds on the flip, but they used it to single out Jax instead. And I actually think that that's a way safer call.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting that these were this was the line that they took, right? Because I didn't see, like, this is not the challenger line that I saw, right? But they saw it, and it's working out beautifully here as the Weaver's Wall going to be used, but Lift Sandbox will at least defend their inhibitor for the moment. Still Hanwha with a whole lot of control. The Crocodile moving towards that bottom side to stop Dahuk from pushing this lane any further forward. And Baron not going to really empower too much as the minions are all dead. But still, Lift Sandbox should be able to get all of the control in this enemy jungle that they would like, go for a reset, and then set up for another soul fight. But as these dragons keep getting denied and given, like, this Baron needs to give them enough control to guarantee the drain.
Yeah. I mean, you can notice as well, like, the quality gameplay is good enough that we're actually...
It's pretty crazy.
We're talking about the game.
I know.
I know this might be a 2-0 for Hanwha, but this is it's a good 2-0. Like, I'm actually looking at Sandbox as well, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You're currently 2-4. You might end up being 2-5, but
the thing is,
I like what I'm seeing.
Live Sandbox, they're looking at what Hummer Life Esports are doing, and they're making intelligent decisions about how to respond, and then getting outplayed in a lot of these situations.
Yeah,
right?
they're also another one of the teams that is just straight up Like, as far as challengers go, All Life have a bunch of quote-unquote veterans, right? Romer, for example, has been in the challengers for quite a while. Been on T1. Been
Rooster as well, I feel like, has been in a really here for a really long time.
Say? No, Rooster, because Rooster came after Lookalooks last year. So Rooster hasn't been there, because I think it was last year's spring or summer.
Okay.
But I mean, in challengers context, because everyone on Sandbox is obviously...
He's not new this year, is kind of the thing.
But everyone on Sandbox is actually just straight up academy. Like, again, the players are extremely young. So them not being able to match a team like Homa, I think, is completely fine. But
I mean, Diablo's like 11, isn't he?
He's, 15.
Yeah, basically the same.
He's 15, man.
It's insane. And it's a lot of potential. And it's so cool that they get to train in this environment, right? Because this is, like, challenge is pretty legit. It's just really cool. Anyway, Homa Life Esports continuing to push forward, trying to utilize this experience, try and take down Live Sandbox, but maybe, just maybe, there is a way they can find an angle. It might be an angle found by a blind man in this game. Feels like hyperbole, but kind of works. Because Vincenzo is going to be pretty important.
Rahel probably needs to be cranked up in the list of... Because he actually has had a great split in challengers.
He has.
In LCK, like, he wasn't amazing, but he was...
Yeah, he had an amazing game 1.
Well,
that is just Soul. Yeah, and now a quick is going to be used, and that's Die Have Dead. Okay, well, I mean, nicely well played. Yeah, it was.
We had a cool monologue. We talked about them. They did okay.
I like getting excited about ending team fights, and sometimes I like it when they just are over. Speaking of being over, Grizzly, he doesn't have his stopwatch anymore. As Diablo, supercharging, trying to get around, but everyone's dead. Rooster's in the top lane.
He's just
and you know what's really cool? Like,
it's over.
Birds, you know, they evolved from lizards.
They did.
And so the Rooster playing homage to his predecessors.
Beautiful.
As this crocodile, really embodying the playstyle of the split push Renekton. Is this Nexus going to be taken down? Plan B going to head towards the death chamber as Diablo. He's going to throw up some emotes as that was actually Rooster. Just being a very happy penguin. And congratulations, Homa Life Esports. Managed to take the 2-0. And ultimately, the last team fight was Live Sandbox getting caster cursed to death. Because we were talking about how good these young players are. And then they just
but they were
just gave it Baron and died.
Yeah, but they were also like 8k gold behind.
Yeah.
Like, I think after the last fight, it was kind of over for them.
Who are we pogging?
I'm feeling Romer. It's Talia?
It's Talia.
It's him or Grizzly. Might be Grizzly. Like, between the two of them, because Grizzly had a wonderful Viego game as well. Really good skirmishing and setups.
I think I'm Romer as well.
Either of those, I'm feeling undeal. Never gonna let that go.
Man, Diablo tried pretty hard on this Kai'Sa. Really enjoying. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying the Kai'Sa priority. And I know that we did have metas past where it was just, oh, it's so much Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's like every game. It's annoying. But I do think that she offers fun gameplay. I really do like watching Kai'Sa play.
You also kind of get the best of both worlds with this build. Where, like, it's cool when she hits a Void Seeker, but it's also cool when she goes in. Because, like, remember AP Kai'Sa never win. Like, that shield was defensive.
Oh, Zane gave it to Romer as well. And if you hadn't have voted for Romer, I would have cancelled my vote and given it to your choice, Zane. So, apologies.
What did we learn today, Atlas?
We learned that this is a great tricast or quadcast, if ever we need it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if you have to mute the broadcast, you didn't bring your headphones, you want to watch the LCK Challenger in the library,
you can.
Having others here who can help us with some text-based commentary is super cool. So I like it. And, you know, a lot of camaraderie today. We got up to like 4.5 thousand viewers at one point. Absolutely nutty stuff. Really, really cool. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. It's absolutely amazing.
Good food.
Yeah.
Subway. We had some mapo tofu.
Yeah.
We had a cookie.
Exactly.
I like a cookie.
Honestly, it's been a success all around. And the only way that it could have been improved was if we had have got an extra game. But that would have meant that Roma wasn't able to pick up this POG with a phenomenal Talia performance. And maybe we're just happy that this happened as well. Because Humble Life Esports playing well. I mean, I really enjoyed watching them last season. I felt like they didn't quite meet their potential, and maybe they can this time around.
Yeah, there was the playoffs incident, right? That was them.
Yeah. They got T1 with the brand new T1 Gouda.
Yeah, they didn't ban it.
Yeah.
That which was on them, to be fair. But Humble Life looking great. We already know this is a pretty well-rounded team, but I'm really enjoying seeing the mid-jungle duo, right? Grizzly and Roamer, I think, working well together. Obviously, Hype and Duro, or Lure and Duro rather, are really exciting to watch. Like, I actually really enjoyed that combo. A good mix of playing aggressively and then some mechanical showcases from the support. And Rooster has, even with Ophelia back, I'd argue he's contesting for best hair. Like, you know, I gotta say,
I would agree. It actually it keeps the hair levels at the right level. I don't even think it needs to be a competition because Ophelia,
they're in the same tier. No, I respect that. I mean, Ophelia
makes the hair game strong.
Changed the game.
Yeah, beyond the game.
Beyond the game. So
for those who know. Zayn, once again, huge thanks for actually talking about the game while we were decidedly not. Also glad that your wife didn't wake up, as we can see now.
So
what time is it over there? There were a lot of people in chat from Seattle when I had a glance.
Nice. I would love to visit Seattle.
Me too. I like rain.
I love rain. I'm Dutch.
5:20 a.m. Okay.
7:20 a.m. Yeah.
Did you just wake up, Sajax, or have we yet to go to sleep?
Probably yet to go to sleep, I'm going to guess. More 7:20. We have Indonesia and Surabaya. So it's like 2 hours earlier, I think. Yeah.
And Australians are all like chilling, like just after dinner. Oh, I guess it's like
a little bit later,
11-ish or something like that.
New Zealand. Yeah, that's a good time. New Zealand's a good time zone to watch.
Yep.
Korean League.
And Guthana Dolia, of course, in Australia. 2:20 p.m. Where's
Sleep
that?
schedule is gone, but my soul is healed. Amazing.
It's perfect.
2:20. Yeah. Oh, 2:20. That's Netherlands.
2:20 p.m. is the Netherlands. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
3:20 would be like Berlin, probably, or Berlin, or like
so it's the afternoon for Europe.
It is afternoon
during
for Europe.
Challenger. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because in about like 3 hours, LEC starts.
Yeah, right. That would make sense. I'm not very good at time zones. My ability to time zone is quite bad.
I mean, one of my favorite Atlas stories was Atlas conquering the time of jet lag and then not actually doing that at all.
Hey, I landed for, what was it? That was landing for Worlds.
No, so Worlds Finals, you actually beat jet lag. Because you flew back.
I was never jet lagged either direction because I didn't have enough time to be.
Yeah. But no, this was in New York when to be fair, it taken me like a week and a half because I was in LA and it's like a 12 or like 15-hour time difference, so I was completely off of it for like a week. And then I came to New York, and that extra 3 hours really helped. So I was like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then Atlas came in, he was like, I'm feeling great, you know, I'm not feeling jet lagged at all. I'm like, nice. And then I saw him the next morning.
Yeah, and I was like, I made an error. I've been awake for a year. Yeah,
things were not good. Not fine. That was amazing.
Ew, Perth. Thank you for understanding as a response. I love that.
I made the same mistake because in LA I actually I took a nap, which everyone knows. It was on Emily's couch as we were watching MSI, and then I took a nap, and then the nap turned into like an hour and a half nap, and it was all downhill from there. I missed out.
As soon as you nap on jet lag, that's when you're ruined.
You're in deep trouble. I also missed out on some really I still ate the Mexican food, but it was not as fresh as it was before, and it looked really good. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't ever fall into the nap problem, but I was just extraordinarily exhausted and dead and out of it for a really long time. We came around in the end.
I think your caffeine helps with the napping problem.
Yeah. Although caffeine doesn't really do that much for me these days. I don't know what's going on.
I wonder why.
In my body as far as what I've put in there in terms of caffeine. But
I think it's just tolerance.
Really I'm a very tolerant guy, especially to caffeine.
How did everyone enjoy today? I think it was a perfect day of challengers.
I think so too. I would have liked the 9-gamer. I was just feeling it today. I felt like today could have been it, and I would have been okay with it. There are other days where I'm like,
it's fine.
Really,
we don't have to.
Yeah, I'd prefer to go home, but like today, I was really feeling the challenger.
It's like you said yesterday. Like you texted me yesterday. Like I'm feeling the challenger day.
Yeah, right? I was ready for it.
I mean, some days you do, some days you don't. Especially because Lore, obviously, unfortunately, eventually is going to go back to the LEC for a bit, and you guys have to work more. So I'd prefer if we get the 9-game day.
Now is the time.
Sooner rather than later.
And I've got a day off tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
because otherwise, what's going to happen is I'm going to be full of energy, and and I want to be on the same level. You know, we can both be tired or both be energetic.
Ooh,
we can't mismatch.
That's a good question. I kind of want to I want to ask chat. Would it be better if I was like way too fatigued, or if it was chronic low? Only one of us can have the correct level of energy. Which do you think would impact the broadcast more? I'm interested.
So I think from a viewer perspective, generally, it's more funny if you don't keep it together because the hype moments just start like
they
make zero
do go
sense.
weird. That is true.
But I think that I deal with not enough sleep way worse, and my language just starts breaking down, and I start making any sense, or I stop making any sense
by accident.
Yeah.
No one actually colon D. You didn't have any.
There was
a couple.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but that
I felt like you didn't get punished.
That actually is for another reason, which happened. The first time it ever happened to me on broadcast was also because I was talking about Aux. It's like when I talk about my friends in what normally would be a very casual manner. That's when it happens. I wouldn't even get cranky. I just completely lose.
I think everyone just wants to hear me not be able to play-by-play correctly. And
no, because you would be this. You would be this. So during the hype moments, I guarantee you would be the same energy. Like on average, it'd be lower, but it would make zero sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and that would probably be funny. I guess
I'm sure
it would. It would be less like because that could sound like I'm being big-headed or something, but I think it would be funny at my expense.
Yeah,
almost entirely. Yeah, cranky.
Cranky doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, OP banana hacks.
Yeah, so there you don't need a drunk cast. You can just watch back the 9-game day VOD.
Oh.
And like by like game 5, we're completely gone.
I've always wanted to talk about this. There is a golden VOD that exists somewhere on the internet of Pastry Time and I casting a Riot Rumble on Twisted Tree
But it's not actually on. It's not on.
It's not on the internet. Yeah. No, it does.
It exists on a network somewhere.
It does exist on a network somewhere. Daniel Ringland has it. He's currently working in Berlin on Valorant, but he was our manager at the time, and he filmed our commentary as we were drinking beers in the casting booth that we would normally cast the OPL in, and we would just once we finished the beer, we'd put it on the desk. And we just cast all of our colleagues playing Twisted Treeline with zero filter. And so but we had some memes in that particular office that were very good. And some of the guys that were playing
not really safe for broadcast.
And we were all really good friends, right? And so it got very not safe for broadcast, and I just really want to release it. Because Pastry and I had such a good time. Oh, my God. I still remember Meltix, my boy. His Pantheon was absolutely fantastic.
You can't tell us about Atlas doesn't have the VOD.
No, I don't have
Atlas
it.
has zero access to it.
I have no access to it. I can only talk about it and reminisce about it.
Can we have a 18? Well, we had a swearing challengers stream. It was just my co-stream. It was not. Yeah. It was not toxic, but I did swear a lot.
Yeah, and I think honestly, people think that they want that, but I feel like having the boundaries to go to the edge of them, is better than having no boundaries at all.
Also, in my case, my casting wasn't really different when I did solo challenger streams. I swore, but that's the only. Yeah. Outside of that,
and also
it also depends.
Yeah, and you can take bathroom breaks whenever you want, and that sort of stuff, and it's a little bit different. But yeah, I think that we all think that we want the late night, more rude streams, but honestly, I don't know how differently I would even commentate.
I don't think it will be that different
because actually, yeah. the more that you use like rude words and stuff like that, the more you can get to the point of being disrespectful to the people that you're commentating, which is not good.
That's a really good point as well. Not swearing on broadcast makes the moment when I swore after Deft 1 quarter so much. Yeah, because people still talk to me about that moment.
Add emphasis.
Because it actually matters. If you say that like every other broadcast, like no one, it doesn't matter. No one cares.
And I think that's actually like, it's kind of cool.
I agree.
It's the boundaries that make it so that when you break them, it's more meaningful.
It's like when you're a kid and you're like, I want to only eat cookies, and then I've tried that.
And then you only eat
quickly
cookies,
realize,
and then you never eat cookies again.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Are they still playing? Yeah, we playing.
We playing.
Yeah, just not League of Legends.
There's no league.
Yeah, not League of Legends.
Yeah, it's only 7.
We should have changed to just chatting, actually, unfortunately.
We should. Just comment.
Yeah, just comment until we stop comment. That's how it's going to work. As our results today, couple of 2-0s, but the Nongshim Gen.G series was actually super dope. Gen.G were considered favorites in that one, but not to be the case anymore. And as it stands, Nongshim and Gen.G now tied up in scoreline. Actually, really cool.
I actually liked
I loved all these matches.
Like, Kwangdong was really good, which is a surprise but welcome. Like, going undefeated is one thing, but seeing Ilima, at least for today, I don't know if he'll keep it up, but going back to form
he was just reminding us, like, oh, by the way, I'm super good. I'm going to go back to being a potato after this. Like, I don't know what he's going to do.
I could see that happen. And that will make me very sad. And then, obviously, Gen.G Nongshim was a great series. Now, Hanwha, definitely better, but Sandbox, at least, they're hanging in there, which I thought was cool. It will be, the LCK and Challengers are always on the same patch.
Yep. So yeah, 13-12 is going to be the LCK as well, so we'll have to welcome the tree meta. I really can't wait for just so much added foliage to the Rift.
Double tree.
I didn't mention this to chat, I don't think, but I had a look at Canyon's solo queue, and he's been playing like so much Gragas and Jax jungle, and then he has this random pop-off like 6-0-12 Ivern game. He's like, it's like he's dusting it off. He's like, oh, this champion is broken. Oh, I guess it's fine. And then just doesn't play it again. He plays it like one time. Very, very funny. But yeah, the VODs are on YouTube if you do want to check them out. I don't think the VODs are kept here on Twitch. But LCK CL Global YouTube has all of the VODs for Challenger if you'd like to go back and watch them. And we have, what, 8 hours of VOD for today? So if you only just turned up, you want to check out some Challenger.
Got 8 hours.
8 hours of it to get through with the company of YouTube chat.
What was the best game of today?
I actually think our middle series was probably the best. Gen.G Nongshim was really, really good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That was the one where we had like the complete the multi elders and like the multiple elders going over and the complete.
I mean, that was game 1 of the final series, right?
Wasn't it? Oh, I don't remember.
That was
blended together.
Yeah, that was Hanwha.
Sandbox Hanwha. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, that was my favorite. And tomorrow,
the game 1 was probably the best game. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So DK haven't lost a single game.
Not
like
one.
that 6-0 is like 12-0.
It's literally 12-0.
Yeah. They've played, they're speedrunning. And DRX haven't been as dominant as they were in the past, but they were the one, they're the one hope that we have right now of a team that can take down DK.
The Telecom war, but not nearly as cool as the one we... Actually, the one we just had wasn't that cool. KT
They kind of bopped him. But really the fact that KT bopped him was cool, right?
For tomorrow, if you're a KT fan, probably expected to also bop. T1 is in complete free fall at the moment.
Yeah, their challenger team not looking too crash hot, but we'll see how that one goes. But man, tomorrow's games,
Valdez and Wolf are gonna be treated to some quality.
They're either going to be like treated to some quality challenges, or they're going to be treated to not knowing what to do with the amount of time on their hands that they'll have, because there could be a situation where, the DK 2-0 and then followed by the KT 2-0 is just swift.
It could happen, but if any team, even more so than Gen.G, can take games off of D+, I would expect it to be
DRX should be the team.
But I also, like, when it comes to winning the series, like, DRX right now are in a really weird spot where between games they look like, oh my... Who are these guys? What is this team? How are they that good? And then
who are these players?
Yeah,
where's Pioshik?
Exactly. And then they go from that to just career like dying 3 times in lane. You're like, I saw you 1v9.
By the way, we should re-edit the Chronicler Stream Challenger.
Just do it again and just have it for.
And we just use the same one.
Yeah.
and I'll just re-record something over the top of
so we can
Chronicler's
promote
stream,
this.
and we'll just do it for this.
Yeah, I agree.
We should actually talk to James.
Yeah, that'd be
about it.
amazing. I hope we can.
Yeah, I think that would be dope because that video is super good. That's on LCK Global.
I think it's one of the
YouTube channel.
Still one of the best things that we've done together with the Pulse video.
I think also the LCK merch ad that
patch
we did.
on some patches.
Patch on some patches. Only 35K. Oh my god, it was so good. But it is now time for us to go. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It was an absolute joy. Zayn, thank you for supporting us as well. Absolutely loved your work in the TriCast for the final series, and with Mistake Boy for our Quadcast in the middle series. Great stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Challenger. Good night.